You know, it's so much embarrassing that even after everything that has happened in Tanzania, with the demonstrations, you know, people denying the fact that Suluhu Hassan wants to become the president and everything, you know, the Tanzanians expressing their feelings through demonstration. Whereby they burned almost everything down to ashes.
Yeah, so believe you in Tanzania.
The Electoral Commission of Tanzania still went ahead and declared Samia Suluhu Hassan as the president-elect.
Na Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan wa CCM alipata kura milioni 31,913,866 sawa na 97.66. Hivyo kwa kuzingatia masharti ya ibara ya 41 ibara ndogo ya 6 ya Katiba ya Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania ya mwaka 1977 ikisoma pamoja na kifungu cha 45 kidogo cha 9 na 10 cha sheria ya uchaguzi wa rais wa bunge na madiwani, sheria namba 1 ya mwaka 2024 na kanuni ya 57 ndogo ya 4C ya kanuni za uchaguzi wa rais wa bunge na madiwani za mwaka 2025, na mtangaza Dr. Samia Suluhu Hassan kwamba amechaguliwa kuwa rais wa Jamhuri ya Muungano wa Tanzania kupitia Chama cha Mapinduzi CCM.
And in fact, they are saying that she won with 90+% votes. So I was like, okay, so if this person was not competing with anybody, she had got no competitor. Of course, we saw this coming, and I think I said in the previous videos that Yes, Samia is going to be declared the president of Tanzania because she was not competing anybody. She was competing by herself. Samia Suluhu, Suluhu Hassan, and then Hussein Samia. So one person was competing against three of herself. So you can't say that there is a competition there. But all in all, this is what we saw coming. But I want us to talk a little bit about this issue or this scenario, because I want to connect it with what has happened in Uganda. I've seen Yoweri Kaguta Museveni warning the people of Uganda that I'm the president of Uganda, and if you really want to take power, come and try me. So you see, those are the things that are happening, and the same thing is happening in Kenya, whereby the president himself is saying that I am the only person remaining. The person that maybe could have given me problems and trouble is gone. So there is no one who can give me that competition. I want us to look at the East African community or East African leaders. First of all, before we get deeper into that discussion, fellow Kenyans, let me just quickly remind you that if at all we are meeting for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can as well share, you can drop your comment in the comment section, tell me what you think and where exactly you are watching this video from. If you're in the country, you can tell me which part of the country, and if you are outside the country, you can as well tell me which country or drop me the flag at the comment section and I'll figure it out by myself. Now, Tanzania, the Tanzanian Electoral Commission has declared Museveni, has declared Samia as the president. But I want to ask this question. Yes, they've done their part. That is what they are expected to do. But the real question is, who is she going to rule, or who is she going to govern?
Mama Samia, hatutaki. 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 Mama Samia, hatutaki.
Because everybody has risen against her. Everybody is against her. In fact, they are saying that atumtaki Suluhu. So kama atumtaki Suluhu, and then you go ahead and announce the person that people don't want as the president, declaring that she is a winner. What do you think is going to happen? Yes, constitutionally, which is the person who changed, whereby she said that you can't go and you can't go to court. Uwezi ukaenda ukapinga maamuzi koti yoyote ya kwamba rais ameshinda, and that is why you saw her doing all these things, because she knew that at the end of the day you can't go to any court. There is this rise of Idi Amin in Tanzania. People are just mentioning, Idi Amin mama, but people didn't really see it coming this way, that it is going to reach this point whereby you can't go to any court. Huwezi enda koti yote kupinga uchaguzi ama uamuzi wa Electoral Commission, tume cha uchaguzi, ya kwamba rais ameshinda kura. And that is why you saw her doing all these things possible to make sure that she is elected, because she knows that you can't go anywhere. Where is the African Union in all these things? Where is the East African community in all these things? Can't they see what is happening in Tanzania? Have they not been in a position to watch the social media, the CNN, the BBC? We're talking about this thing. Every news in every part of the country is talking about this thing. What is the problem? And I said that this thing is consequential. Today it's Tanzania. Tomorrow it's going to be Uganda. And then the day after tomorrow it's going to be Kenya. Why? Because Tanzanians have done the elections in 2025. We've seen what is happening. Ugandans are doing their elections in 2026. We are expecting the same thing. Kenya is going to do the elections in 2027. The same scenario, the same thing is expected if the people that are going to vie for the presidency will not adhere or will not accept what the citizens want. Now, I've seen Yoweri Kaguta Museveni warning the people of Uganda by telling them this.
I am the president of Uganda. If you want to check my power, you try it.
Now imagine that is the president, and the president is trying to warn his people that mnaona hiyo ujinga mko nayo, huu ujinga ambao upo, msijaribu kuuleta Uganda. So right now, you know, the only country right now that people are saying that has not woken up is Uganda. And I believe that in as much as he might be throwing threats, in as much as he's trying to warn his people, when the time of revolution comes, you can't prevent it. In fact, he won't even know where the demonstration has come from. He won't even know the people that are demonstrating. He won't imagine, because people are tired. Everybody is tired. You know, Ugandans will look at this thing and say, okay, yes, we are going to be killed. How many people were killed in Kenya? That's my question. How many Gen Zs were killed in Kenya? And mark you, there are also some people that have been killed in Tanzania. It is only that Tanzania people can't disclose. Tanzania is a bit different from Kenya. But truth of the matter is there are several people that have died in Uganda. In Tanzania, sorry. Though I saw the way the relationship between the Tanzanians and the police officers. Actually, the police officers ran away. And you know very well that the only people that normally bring a lot of chaos, that normally cause havoc and chaos during demonstrations, we even saw it in Kenya, are normally police officers. The D minuses, the D and the E guys are the ones that are normally being misused. Go kill them. Go do this. But you can't see that happening with the people, with the military. Military are normally very sober. I normally believe that military are sober people. Military are people who reasons. Before you send us to go and shoot, to kill, give us these reasons. Reason number one, why are we going to kill them? What have they done? Who are we going to kill? Those three W's: why, what, and who. You see? So there is normally a little bit of difference when the military come to the public. In fact, you even see the way they reason, the way they speak with the public, you realize that, okay, these guys, they understand what is going on. You see, they really understand what's going on. So in Tanzania, maybe there might not be hiyo recording kubwa, pengine inaweza kosa kuwa, but there are people who have died. Kuna baadhi ya watu ambao wameaga dunia, ingawaje hawezi wakawa wengi mno, hawezi wakawa wengi jinsi ambavyo pengine watu walikuwa wanatarajia ya kwamba wale watu ambao wamefariki Tanzania wawe wengi, ilhali kile ambacho nakijua ni kwamba wapo. That is the fact. They are there. So Ugandans, the ball is in your hands right now. You are the ones now to choose whether you want freedom or you still want to be led by the Idi Amin Dada of Uganda. You know, in East Africa we have got Idi Amin Dadas. Idi Amin Dada of Kenya, Idi Amin Dada of Uganda, and Idi Amin Mama of Tanzania. Now the Idi Amin Mama of Tanzania has been declared the president once again. Well, Idi Amin Dada of Uganda has really warned the people of Uganda that don't try that bullshit. If you try that bullshit, then you're not going to like it. You know, The only problem with the Ugandan military is that it has been taken over by the Museveni's family. And that is why Museveni decided to put Muhoozi, that is his son, as the chief commander of the military, because he knew very well that a time like this would come. But before we come and talk about a little bit about Kenya, let me ask this question. You know, you've ruled for 40 years. We accept that. There is no big change that you've brought to the lives of the people that you've been ruling. What makes you think that when you are given that other chance, you are going to bring difference? What makes you think, or what makes you feel like, you know, you deserve to be given another chance so that you can continue making people suffer? Because that is exactly what I normally believe, that whenever these guys insist on being in power, they normally look at people and say that, okay, hawa tunataka kuwatesa ya kutosha. There is normally nothing very different. There is normally nothing very big that these guys can do apart from that. Hakuna kile kitu kikubwa ambacho hao watu wanaweza wakafanya kama sio kudhalilisha watu. They are used to that. That is what they are used to do. You know, kudhalilisha watu. So we can't even say that they are coming to do something very big, something different, you know, that has never been done, that they've never done. They've done a lot of evil things. We have to know that they've done a lot of evil things. So them coming to tell us that we want to be re-elected again, it's a story that I don't know how we can talk about it, or I don't know how it can end. But we have to accept that there are leaders who cannot take us anywhere. Come to Kenya. What exactly has the president done since he became the president? It is barely 3 years now. What is it exactly that he has done that he can show? He can proudly show us that, okay, since I became the president, this is what I've done. I found Kenya in this state. Now I've taken it to this state. If I thought maybe Kenya was found in the worst state, in the bad state, so it has been taken to the worst state. That is what I believe. Instead of Kenya, okay, if you found Kenya in a bad state, why couldn't you try as much as you can to take it to the better state? You see, those are the things that we really need to talk about. But the problem is, whenever we try to talk about them, you know, the government feels like, you know, these Kenyans are against us, you know, they are talking negatively about us. So we really need to find something different to do to them, you know, to make them fear us, to make them feel like to make them know that we are the leaders, things like those. But the truth of the matter is that the president, together with the presidents, together with their cabinets, they should understand that anything they are doing, all these things that they are used to do, are not the things that the country expect, are not the things that the citizens expect. Citizens expect things much better than these ones. So when you try to force them to do things that they don't want to do, when you try to force them to say things or to say things that ought not to be said or done by the government, it's something different. After all, guys, that is just my thought, and that is all I have for now. Let me also know what you think at the comment section, but don't forget to drop me your comment. Tell me what you think and where exactly you're watching these videos from. Until we meet again, I have been your host, Boniface Avena. Bingo. Chana. Beba. Dr. DJ hapa. Baini jango. What is that? Chukua jango hii. Piga. Ba kofia hiyo.